Hello and welcome back to my channel. So for today's video I decided that I wanted to tier rank all of my books that I have rated 5 stars in the last 3 years, so from 2021 up until now in 2023. Until within like the last few months when I started reviewing like arcs on NetGalley and stuff, I was very generous with my 5 stars. So I will go through the different tiers for each of these and basically just say what it is for each of them. So at the top of the list we have These Books and Me Equal Besties for Life. These are basically my all-time favorite books which I love with like all of my heart and would basically do anything for them. Then we have You Took My Heart and Kept It. These are like 5-star reads that I do genuinely really love and I don't stop thinking about, but they're not books that I like couldn't live without. Then we have Solid 5-star, which is basically just my like they're a 5-star book, but you know, they're not like top tier 5-star. Then we have Would Reconsider, which is basically I probably wouldn't have rated it 5-star if I was reading it now. And then What Was I Thinking? So basically, why on earth did I ever rate this 5 stars? So the first one that we are starting off with is It Starts With Us by Colleen Hoover. Now this is one that I read this year and honestly I'm gonna stick it in solid 5-star. Like I genuinely really enjoyed this book. I love the relationship between Lily and Atlas. I know a lot of people hated it, but to me it was just a really good book and I found it really cute. And I also liked seeing like Lily grow her confidence and stuff more. Then we have Fourth Wing by Rebecca Yarros. I cannot stop thinking about this book. I have to wait to get the second book in the series because my mum's getting it me for Christmas. But this book is You Took My Heart and Kept It. I have not stopped thinking about this book since. Actually, is it or is it? Do you want to know? These Books and Me Equals Besties for Life. Yeah, it's one of those books. So the next one is House of Hollow by Crystal Sutherland. This one I want to reread because it took me basically like 2 years to finish it, even though it's only like a 200-page book. Because when the first time I read it, I tried to annotate it and it put me off finishing reading it. But now I just want to go back and read it again, like fully all the way through. But as of right now, it's just a solid 5-star. Okay, so the next couple are all part of a series. If I can find the first one, here we go. Here. So these ones are Freestyle, Lyrical and Breakers. These are the Stardom Academy series. It's one that I read on Kindle Unlimited. I've still not read the last 2 books in the series. And honestly, for all 3 of these, I would probably reconsider. They're not like literary masterpieces. They're good books, don't get me wrong. But they're not like, oh my god, I cannot live without this book. Honestly, I think if I reread them again, I would probably give them like a 4-star each. Maybe even like a 3.5 for some of them, because now like thinking back to it, I'm just kind of like, So next we have the Harry Potter books. Now, let me see which ones are which. I think, yeah, sorry, I just have to lean down and look at my screen. So we have Philosopher's Stone, Chamber of Secrets, and then Prisoner of Azkaban. Prisoner of Azkaban will be You Took My Heart and You Kept It, because I'm a Marauders fan, okay? I love Sirius Black and Remus Lupin, and they're in that book, and they have my entire heart. As for Philosopher's Stone and Chamber of Secret, probably just solid 5 stars. I feel like Goblet of Fire. Oh no, I've rated Goblet of Fire 4-star, so that's why it's not on this list. So yeah, but those are the Harry Potter books. The Prisoner of Azkaban is definitely It Took My Heart, but the other 2 are just solid 5-star books. There's like nothing that special about them. Next we have Layla by Colleen Hoover. Thinking back to it now, this book was weird as hell. He literally ate her hair. So that is going in What on Earth Was I Thinking? actually would reconsider, because I did like the book, but thinking back to it, it was a really freaking weird book, and I don't understand it now because I can't remember anything about it really. So yeah, it's a would reconsider. Next one is Twisted Hate by Anna Huang. This book took my freaking heart and it kept it. Josh and Jules are hands down my favourite couple in the Twisted series. Reese is my favourite guy, but the relationship dynamic between Josh and Jules will always be top tier for me, and I love them so much. Next we have the Daughter of the Pirate King duology. This one is probably just actually, you took my heart and kept it. I love this duology. Honestly, it's so fun. I really, really enjoyed the books. I read the first book in, I think it was 21, and then, or 22, I can't actually remember. And then I read the second book this year, and they're definitely solid 5-star books. They're like 5-star books, and I want to reread the books next year. Next after that, we have The Roommate. This book was the first ever book that made me laugh out loud. It definitely took my heart and kept it. It was funny. It was just so good. I didn't want to put it down. It did take me a while to read it, but that's because I was in a bit of a slump, and I was. But I've never had a book make me laugh out loud before, and this book did. Next, we have one of the Ryan series books. I can't even tell which one this is. I think it's Ryan Revelation or something. I think this one was literally like a 20-page novella. I have no clue why I rated it 5-star in the slightest. So what was I thinking, honestly? It's like, it's a good book, don't get me wrong, but it's not groundbreaking. I think it's max a 3-star, but I was in my Sadie Kincaid era, so you know, I went 5-star for everything, as you'll be able to see from the next few books in this list. Next we have Twisted Games by Anna Huang. This one, probably a solid 5 stars. I did genuinely really enjoy it. I've got to say, in like order of the Twisted series, from like favourite to least favourite, it goes Twisted Hate, Twisted Games, Twisted Love, and then Twisted Lies. Honestly, I wasn't a big fan of Twisted Lies. I keep jumping back and forth between it being a 3.5 and a 4-star book. But yeah, no, just wasn't really a fan. But anyway, yeah, Twisted Games is definitely a solid 5-star book in my opinion. Then we have Fierce Obsession. This is part of the LA Ruthless series by Sadie Kincaid. Honestly, Fierce King, Fierce Queen, Fierce Obsession, and Fierce Betrayal, which is the 4 books in the series, all are solid 5-star books for me. I genuinely really, really love them. I want to get the physical copies of the books. But yeah, no, I just genuinely really love them. I love the couples in the books, and they're great. As for the Ryan series, so like Ryan Rule, Redemption, Revelation, Rain, Rewind, all that stuff, all of them I would probably reconsider, because I do love the Ryan series, but it just doesn't hold the same place in my heart that the LA Ruthless series does. So yeah, no, those ones I would probably put them as like 4 stars now, if I'm being completely honest. But yeah. Okay, next one, A Million Kisses in Your Lifetime. I read this on my Kindle because I saw a quote on TikTok and I was like, this sounds really good, let me get it. I don't know why I rated it 5 stars, especially after that freaking lollipop scene. So that is going in a would definitely reconsider. Now thinking back to it, I find it weird. Next is It Ends With Us by Colleen Hoover. See, honestly, I would still call it a solid 5-star because I did genuinely really like the book. It was my first ever Colleen Hoover book, and I really enjoyed it, and I really liked the sequel to it. So it's a solid 5-star, but honestly, like, in time I maybe could reconsider it with it being lower, but you know. The next ones hold a very special place in my heart, the Heartstopper books. These ones are These Books and Me are besties because I love the Heartstopper series with everything that I am. Because it's cute, it's amazing, I love it. I've reread it like 3, 4, 5 times maybe. It's just so good. So good. I would definitely reread it again. Next we have the Magpie Society series. This duology is my all-time favourite book series ever. This got me out of a 4-year reading slump because I read the first book when it came out in, I think it was 2021, and that is what got me back into reading. Because, actually, I think it was 2022 actually. Yeah, 2022. I got back into reading properly, and like, honestly, it took me out of that reading slump. It was so good. I loved the duology. I did not expect the books to end how they did end, and I don't think I could genuinely live without this series. Next is the Satomi series. Would reconsider. It's just not giving the same that it did when I first read it. So Shatter Me, Unravel Me, and definitely the freaking novella are would reconsiders. But Ignite Me is a solid 5-star because of Aaron Warner. He is a king. I love him. I will forever love him. Next we have Nick and Charlie, which is a Heartstopper novella. You took my heart and kept it. It's so cute. I really love it. It's one of my favourites ever. And anything by Alice Oseman, I'm in love with it. Next we have Crave by Tracy Wolff. I don't remember a single thing about this book, but apparently I rated it 5 stars. So considering that, I'm going to put it as would reconsider, because I've got the second book in the series and I am going to read it, but I think I need to reread the first book because I don't really remember what happened. Glass Houses by Rachel Kane, the Morganville Vampire series. These books and me equals besties for life. I love, love, love this series so much. It's the series that first ever got me into reading in high school, and I am rereading the series this year, and I will be doing a vlog on my channel for it. Next we have Bonecryer's Moon. This one, I rated it a 5-star when I first read it, but now that I'm thinking about it again, probably it's more like a 4.5. So yeah, it's going to be it's a would reconsider. Next we have the How to Hang a Witch duology. This is you took my heart and kept it. I loved these books. I've never seen them anywhere online, but I read them and I died for these books. I want to reread them again in the new year because I just love them that much. Okay. These next two are definitely going in the what was I thinking? The After books. If you go on my Goodreads now, they do say 3 stars, but I remember when I first ever read these books, I rated them 5 stars each because I loved them so much. Now I'm realising those books are a piece of trash and I despise them. But at the time, I was like, woo, best books ever. The movies are okay. They're not great, but they could be worse. But yeah, no, I don't understand. I tried reading the 3rd book in that series, couldn't do it. Next we have Red, White and Royal Blue. You took my heart and kept it. I loved this and I loved the movie and I want to reread the book and rewatch the movie like a million times. And it's so good. It's one of the very first LGBTQ books I actually read. And I have another book by the same author I need to still read, but I just haven't yet. And then the last one on the list is City of Heavenly Fire. I am actually rereading the Mortal Instruments series this year. At this point, I'm thinking would reconsider, honestly, because I don't really remember much about the series, but I'm rereading it with my friend, so because we're doing a book club. So yeah, I'll see how I feel about it, but as of right now, my feelings are it's a would reconsider and it's probably only going to be a 4-star. So that is it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. Tell me if you've read any of these books and if you rated them 5-star, or if you just think I'm completely delusional in the comments. So yeah, like, comment, subscribe, and if you'd like to find me anywhere else, I have my TikTok and Instagram linked in the description, and you can find me on there. I tend to upload daily on my TikTok, and I'm trying to be more consistent on my Instagram, and I'll see you next week.